Okay, so let's talk about exothermic reaction. We will start with a formal definition of exothermic reaction. So, reactions in which reactions in which heat is released, heat is released along with the formation of product, along with formation of product called exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. So this is the formal definition of exothermic reaction that you may write in your exam. Let's see a few examples of exothermic reaction. So we have already seen several examples in our previous lecture. And if you remember combustion of a magnesium ribbon from our, I think it was first or second lecture, magnesium or burning of magnesium ribbon. So magnesium, when combines with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide along with heat and light. So heat is liberated in this reaction, and hence it is an example of exothermic reaction. Let's balance this also. And another example is we have already seen this example, carbon CO2 is exothermic because heat is liberated again. So all combustion reactions are exothermic in nature. One more combustion reaction is burning of any fossil fuel. All these fossil fuels have carbon and hydrogen. They are compounds of carbon and hydrogen, and the simplest one is methane. CH4 is methane. It is a constituent of natural gas. When methane burns, forms CO2 plus H2O, and it liberates heat. These are some common examples of exothermic reactions in which heat is evolved. There is one more reaction which is very important and exothermic in nature is respiration. So respiration is the name of reaction. Right? It takes place in our body, or it takes place in all the living cells. So what happens in respiration is when we eat food, the first step is the process of digestion, where complex substances is broken down into simpler substances. For example, when we eat food, it contains rice or bread or potato. So all these substances contains carbohydrate, and carbohydrate is a complex chemical substance. So first, this needs to be broken down into its simplest form, and this process of breaking of this complex substance into simpler form is called digestion. So carbohydrate is first broken down into simpler form, which is uh, glucose. So carbohydrate is complex, and this is in fact simplest. Now this glucose is carried to each and every cell of our body through blood. Now in our cell, this glucose reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water, and also it liberates heat energy. So glucose is chemically it is C6H12O6. This is chemical composition of glucose or chemical formula of glucose. And in our body, glucose H12O6, this is glucose, reacts with oxygen in each and every cell of our body. This reaction takes place and it forms CO2 plus H2O along with evolution of lots of heat energy. And again, this energy is required for the proper functioning of our body. So respiration is a process in which glucose gets converted into energy. We say that respiration is a process in which energy is generated, right? So what actually happens in this process is glucose uh, combines with oxygen and it forms carbon dioxide, water, as well as energy. This energy is important because of course this is required for proper functioning of body. Carbon dioxide which is produced in this reaction will be expelled out through blood and then through lungs. So first it will uh, be mixed in blood, it will go to the lungs, and from lungs it will be exhaled through nostril. So the name of this reaction is respiration. Respiration is the special name of this reaction. Again, you can see that this is not a balanced reaction or balanced equation. So we must balance it. You can pause this video and try to balance it. So the balanced form will be like this: 6O2, 6CO2, and 6H2O. So this is now balanced. Glucose will be in aqueous state because it will be dissolved in water. Oxygen is a gas, CO2 is a gas, water is liquid, we already know, and heat is just energy. Now, one more example of exothermic reaction that we need to remember is the decomposition of vegetable matters is also exothermic in nature. It releases lots of heat. When vegetable matter decomposes to form compost, during this process, it liberates lots of heat. So, decomposition of organic matters, organic or vegetable matter to form compost is also exothermic in nature, right? And this is the reason why these organic matters are not directly spread in field or in crop field. First they are decomposed at a separate place. Once they are fully converted into compost, then those composts are spread in the crop field. Otherwise the heat liberated from this reaction may kill crop and other good or helpful organisms, microorganisms living in the soil. So this is all about exothermic reaction, in which heat is given out or heat is liberated. So These reactions that we have seen, like decomposition of organic waste or respiration, so they are not combination reaction. These are examples of exothermic reactions only. And now we will also discuss about endothermic reaction, but after completing the next topic, which is decomposition reaction, that we will do in the next lecture.